Las Vegas Sands gets about 90% of its revenue from Asia. Yesterday, I sat down with the COO of the gaming giant. In an exclusive interview, I asked Michael Leven if he thinks Chinese people will spend less money in casinos if they're paying more for food and other basics.
The middle class people in China are getting more disposable income as we speak. There's a lot of very successful businesses and people in China that will make up for some of that. Unfortunately, I think the lowest end of the Chinese population will get hurt with food costs, but that's only going to affect the savings rate, which I'm told is one of the highest, if not the highest savings rate in the world. So there's still some disposable income that will be used, and I think the long-term effect of increasing food costs, you're also seeing some increasing labor costs that are going on throughout China.
I want to stay in the region and talk a little bit about Singapore, because last year, fourth quarter of 2009, Las Vegas Sands posted a loss of almost $114 million. Now, in part, that was due to opening Marina Bay Sands, the resort in Singapore. 1 year later, how is business in Singapore tracking?
Our business in Singapore is just terrific. We're enormously bullish and very excited about the performance of the Singapore property. Marina Bay Sands is already a landmark in the integrated resort business. Our results have been wonderful. We're tracking at well over $1 billion a year in EBITDA for that property, and we're only open 7.5 months. And there are actual facilities that aren't even open yet that we're going to open in this first quarter.
I've seen some analyst results or some analyst predictions that say that the revenue can actually grow in Macau for everybody, not just Las Vegas Sands, by 30% this year to $30 billion. How much of the market share can Las Vegas Sands hope to have in the region? How much of that $30 billion pie, if it comes in as such, do you expect to have?
Well, we've been running at about a 17% market share of net gaming revenue, but a much higher share of the EBITDA in the Macau market.
In Macau, how is the convention business heating up?
I would say the convention business is not heating, it's warming. We've got people working around China and other places as far as India to generate more business, and the long-term future of the MICE business in Macau, I think it will be very positive.
Now, we know that the convention business obviously already much better developed in Las Vegas. Some analysts say it could grow about 15% this year. Does that sound about right?
That is the most significant growth area now for Las Vegas. Yes, we will do at least 15% more, and probably more than that this year in 2011. I'm not at all worried about that business. I think Vegas owns a tremendous market position in that market. In fact, I'm more worried about the other kinds of business in Las Vegas than I am about meetings and conventions.
If you had to give the U.S. consumer a grade on how strong or how confident he or she feels about spending disposable income, and you had to give that person a grade this year, so far what you've seen in January versus a year ago, can you assign kind of two levels? Do you see confidence coming back as far as individuals go?
I think for those people who are working, there's an increase in confidence in spending. The problem is we don't have enough people working in this country yet. If people start getting jobs, I think you'll start seeing more confidence. I'm not sure that's going to happen, but of the people who do have jobs and the stock market has gone up, I think there is a general feeling that you can spend a little more money, you can take a little more risk than there has been in 2010.
Las Vegas Sands stock is down right now in the pre-market. It reported earnings last evening after the close. It missed some analysts' expectations for revenue in Macau, but exceeded them in Singapore.